Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. In the previous classes, we saw two approaches for problem solving, that is, divide and conquer and decrease and conquer. Today, we shall see one more approach to solve the problems. Like, it depends on the type of problem what you are trying to address. So, this method we call it as greedy method. Okay. You should understand for every method, for every names that have been given to this approach, there will be meaning behind that. Greedy method means you should understand why this technique will be called as greedy. You should understand. Okay, so greedy method, where we are going to use this approach, greedy approach, wherever we have the problems which is associated with optimization. See, when I use the word optimization, like uh, the type of problems which requires optimization of the solution. Optimization means either optimization means majorly two things we'll be dealing with, that is maximization and minimization. That is maximization of profit. Okay, we have some profit, how to maximize it for the given input. Okay, that is optimization. Okay, and minimization. Okay, shortest path I want to find out. Okay, or minimal loss I want to find out. Minimal time taken I want to find out. Okay, for the given input, how you can improve either minimally or maximally. That is optimization. Okay, we have a solution. How to improve that solution in either way. Okay, either in positive way or negative. So that those kind of problems, to deal with those kind of problems, we'll make use of greedy method. See, we shall see the example. Once you see the example, you will exactly understand greedy approach as well as the type of problems we are going to address using this method. There is a one simple algorithm for greedy approach. This is not any implementable algorithm. If you have a problem of optimization and if you are asked to use greedy approach, then how we will proceed, how we can proceed. One simple explanation. Okay, you have a number of inputs. Okay, and there is a solution. We will start with some solution, basic solution, and we'll go on selecting one by one input here. Okay, we'll go on selecting inputs from n input, and we'll see whether the whatever input you have selected, that is feasible with our present solution or not. If it is feasible, then we'll add that input to the solution. Okay. We'll check for each input by considering this n-1 or n+1 input to the solution, whether it will improve our solution or not. Okay. If it is improving, we'll consider that solution. Otherwise, we'll not consider that input. We'll discard that input. So that is a greedy approach. Okay, we'll be talking about optimization itself. See, okay, same thing I will explain with an example. Okay, that the problem what I'm trying to explain is called as knapsack problem. Okay, greedy approach means major. This is the thing which will come knapsack problem. All of you remember, try to remember this thing, knapsack problem. On this, there is a lab program also. So if you understand the theory here, program is very simple. Okay, you can write the program on your own itself. It is that simple. Only thing is you should understand the basics, what is there in the input, how to manage those input. Okay, it's a simple algorithm, knapsack problem. So this problem is as follows. I have 4 objects and profit associated with these 4 objects are given here along with the weights of the objects. Okay, clearly see the table and try to understand. 4 objects are given and profit associated with those 4 objects are given. Okay, this is the given data. This is the given data. I will tell you what is the task at hand. So this is the given data and weights associated with the 4 objects. First object weight is 1 kg. Okay, I will consider it as kg itself. Second object is 3 kg. Third object is 5 kg and fourth object is 2 kg. So this is the given condition. 4 objects along with its associated weight and profits are given. Task is to, here is a container. This container capacity is 7 kg. Okay, container capacity is, container or knapsack, a bag. Okay, you can call it as a bag. So its capacity is 7 kg. Now our task is to, we have to, among these 4 objects, we have to select either 2 objects or 3 objects or all 4 objects such that, say its capacity is only 7 kg. Okay, you can hold only 7 kg. So all 4 objects, I think it's doubt to take all 4 objects. Either you can consider 2 objects or 3 objects such that I should get the maximum profit. See, weight limitation is there, that is 7 kg. Okay, you have to select the object such that my profit should be maximum. That is, value associated with this object is nothing but profit. So you have to take only 7 kg. Along with that, you have to keep in mind my profit should be maximum. So that is the problem here. Okay, that is the task here. So this problem we call it as knapsack problem. Is it clear? This is a given situation. Objects are given, its weights are given, profits are given, and there is a container with a maximum limit. Okay, 7 kg it can hold. So that is the knapsack. Our task is to select the object such that it can hold 3 or 4 objects, 2 objects, but profit should be maximum. Okay, we have to find out a proper approach to solve this task. Okay, without any approach, if I ask you to pick the objects, which are the objects you will pick? See, limitation is there. Only 7 kg I can carry. Among 4 objects, okay, see, just for understanding, I have taken only small example. In real time, there will be a lot of objects. Okay, someone has said 2, 3, 1, object 2, 3, 1. If you take object 2, 3, 1, look at the weight. Okay, 2, 3, 1, all 3 objects you cannot take. Weight will increase. There is a limitation on the weight. Okay, think how many objects you can carry and which are those objects which you can carry. Okay, see, ultimately profit should be maximum. Okay, if you take just 3, object 1 and 3, object 1 and 3 will lead to weight 6. Okay, we can take it. Profit will be 15. Okay, and object 1, 2, 4. Object 1, 2, 4 is weight will be again 6. Profit will be 12, 15. See, we have 7 kg. Okay, so this is a simple problem with only 4 objects. Consider if there are 10 objects, okay, lot of profit. Manually, it will be very difficult. Okay, let's proceed in a way. Let's find out. Okay, and one more thing is, when you were deciding the objects, whether you decided it based on weight or whether you have decided based on profit, which I have to keep in mind. Whether I have to think of more profit or whether I have to think of less weight. What should be the right approach? Okay, if I ask you to go in the programmatic way, okay, here now you have given the solution by just seeing the numbers. Okay, since it is a simple task, simple 4 objects, by looking at them table itself, you can tell which one we can pick. But in general, if there are more objects, whether you will see the profit column or weight column, or can you follow any other approach, any other better solution for this problem? And that should be applicable for both for small objects or more number of objects. Okay, let's see. Let's see step by step how we can proceed to solve this problem. Okay, n is nothing but number of objects. M is nothing but capacity, maximum capacity of the container. That is 7. Okay. Next thing is I will take x value. X is nothing but see, x here indicates how much, what quantity of these objects I will pick. Okay, x1, x2, x3, x4. So these 4 objects, what is the quantity of these 4 objects I will consider? And that x value can be in the range of 0 to 1. It can even be fraction. Okay. And this is called as fractional knapsack problem. I will tell you what is a fractional knapsack and what is one more type of knapsack problem. Both examples I will give you, then you'll understand it in a better way. Okay. So this is a fractional knapsack problem. Fractional knapsack problem means, see, our container weight is 7 kg, and here in whatever combination you take, you'll get 6 kgs. Okay, of 3 combinational objects. That is 1, 2, 4 if you take 6 kg, or 1 and 3 if you take, that will make 6 kg. Again, 1 kg will remain as it is. So what I will do is I will consider half of some object. Okay. For example, if you consider this as vegetables, okay, 4 vegetables, instead of taking these weights as it is, we will divide, and part of that weight also we can consider. Okay, vegetables, it need not have to be in 1 kg, 2 kg itself. It can be half kilo also. So that is fractional knapsack problem. Either I will consider this object as whole, or I will consider part of that object. Okay, so that X indicates what quantity of this object, what part of this object you are considering. It can be 1, it will be in the range of 0 to 1. It can be either 0, you can leave the object also, or it can be complete object, or it can be part of that object. 0.5, 0.3, 0.4. Okay, that fraction is also allowed. So this is called as fractional knapsack problem. Okay, this is fractional knapsack problem. Is it clear? So X indicates what quantity, what fraction of that object we are taking, that we need to find out. And I asked what you will consider. Are you going to consider profit as the criteria or weight as the criteria? But the thing is, both are important. See, profit is also important as well as weight is also important. See, profit indicates that is maximum. I want maximum of this. So that is important. Why weight is important? Because this is a constraint of the bag or the container. Okay, you cannot cross certain weight here. So this is also important as well as this is also important. When both are important, for our criteria, like what we can do is we can find out profit weight ratio. Okay, for each object, profit divided by weight ratio we can find out. Okay, profit divided by weight ratio. For each of the object, we shall find out profit divided by weight. So if you calculate profit divided by weight ratio for each object, so profit for first object, 7 divided by 1 is 7. For second object, 5 divided by 3 is 1.3. For third object, 8 divided by 5 is 1.6. For fourth object, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Okay. Since profit and weight both are important, profit is the maximum thing which we want, but it has the constraint of weight. For that reason, we have calculated this average, this ratio, profit over weight. So this is the value you got. Profit divided by weight. This is this much you got for these four objects. Now, what is the next step? How you can proceed? When you see this profit weight ratio, okay, maximum value is there, minimum. Maximum is 7, minimum is 1.3. Are you going to go for the maximum value or minimum value here? Okay, in this column, profit over weight ratio you got. Here, what you'll consider? Is it maximum value you'll consider or minimum value you'll consider? Which one is important for us? Which one we have to consider for selection? See, obviously, maximum thing we will pick. Okay, weight is 1. If I select this object, okay, if I select this object, it will consume only 1 kg of weight in the bag, and it will bring the maximum profit to the for us it will get the maximum profit. So profit divided by weight, if it is maximum, then it is better for us. Okay, if it is maximum, then it is better for us. So what I will do is I will consider this entire object first into the bag. Okay, first object, I will take that entire object into the bag. That is 1. Okay, that entire object I have considered for selection. Okay, because its profit by weight is highest among all these. For that reason, that entire uh, object is selected. That is one quantity. That is entire object. So when you consider this entire object, what is the remaining count? Remaining count means remaining space in the container. What is that? Our initial value was 7 kg. This object is taking only 1 kg. So what is the remaining value? It is 6. Okay. By mistake, it is 7. So that remaining value is 6. Is it clear? So container capacity was 7, m is equal to 7. This object is taking 1 kg. So remaining value is 6. So this object is over. Okay, x1 is 1. We have considered it. Which should be the next object that you are going to consider? Again, same logic. Okay, the object with the maximum profit divided by weight ratio. That is the third object. Okay, that's the third object. So third object, this is the third object. This also I will consider full. Okay. Well, next thing is, before considering it full, what you must see is you should see the remaining capacity. Remaining capacity in the container is 6 kg. If you consider third object completely, what is the amount required? that third object requires only 5 kilos. Remaining capacity is 6. So obviously I can consider this third object. Is it clear? I can consider the third object completely. So that also complete quantity I will take 1. So what is the remaining capacity in the bag? Earlier it was 6. Now 5 kilo it is needed for third object. 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay. So now remaining capacity is 1. Now there is still space left in the container. That is 1 more kilo you can add. 1 more kg you can add to the bag. Remaining object is object 2 and object 4. The question is, like, among these two objects, which one you will select? Okay, that's the first question. Second thing is, second object requires 3 kg, fourth object requires 2 kg. Can you select among these two objects? Because remaining space is only 1 kg. That is what I told in the beginning itself. We can consider the fraction of these two objects. Any of these two objects, we can consider its fractional weight. Okay, this object is 2 kg. I can consider 1 kg or 1.5 kg among this, or this is 3 kg. Here I can consider 1 or 2 kg from this object. Okay, remaining two objects are there. Among these two objects, which one has got highest profit weight ratio? That is nothing but fourth object. Okay, fourth object profit divided by weight ratio is better than second object. So I will consider that fourth object. I will consider this fourth object, but there is a constraint now. What is the constraint? Fourth object requires 2 kg. Fourth object is 2 kg, but there is only 1 kg left in our container. Only 1 kg is left in our container. What we must do? Okay, among these two, I will just pick 1 by 2. So this entire quantity I will not take. I will take 1 by 2. Okay, among these two, only 1 is possible. So x value should be 1 divided by 2. This fourth object, entire object I will not consider because there is no space in the container. Only we have left with 1 kg. Among 2 kg, I will just select 1 kg. So what is the remaining count now? Remaining count is our container is full. Is it clear? Have you understood? Okay. Or do you want me to explain it again? See, because if you have understood this, writing the algorithm is very simple. Okay, algorithm just take the same flow. Okay, good. Then I will continue further. So we have completed our bag. 7 kg was the capacity, and we are done with it because we have selected all 3 objects such that our bag is full. Okay. Okay, one more time I will repeat. Someone has asked. See, task is to consider 4 objects and fill it in a container which has got the capacity 7 kg. Okay, and its profit is given, weight is given. To consider the objects, we'll consider the ratio of profit and weight. Okay, first thing is we'll calculate the profit over weight ratio for each object. Profit weight ratio is nothing but profit divided by weight. That is 7 divided by 1, 5 divided by 3, 8 divided by 5, and 3 divided by 2. Okay, so this is the profit weight ratio for each of the object. First, we have to calculate it. Once you calculate the profit weight ratio, next thing is how we are going to pick the elements based on this. Whichever object has got the highest profit weight ratio, that we will select first for the bag. In this case, object 1 has got the highest profit weight ratio. First, I will select this one. Okay, so that entire object I will select. Entire object 1 I will select. If you select the entire object, it is weighing only 1 kg. What is the remaining amount in the container? Remaining kg left in the container, that is 7 minus 1. So 6 kg is left. 6 kg space is left in the container. Next, maximum profit weight ratio is object 3. So we have to consider the object 3. When you consider the object 3, it will consume the space 5. Okay, it needs, like, if you consider this entire object 3, it requires 5 kg in the container. So container earlier space was 6, allocate 5 kg for the third object, remaining space is only 1. Okay, I will consider this entire third object, okay, which requires weight of 5. So remaining is 1. Next thing is, among these two left out objects, object 4 has got the highest profit weight ratio, that is 1.5. So I will consider this to our bag. To consider this, only 1 kilo space is left in the bag. I cannot consider this entire object. So you cannot write 1 here. This entire object will not fit into the bag. Only 1 kg of this and fourth object can be considered. So we will write 1 by 2 here. Okay, 1 by 2 is 1 kg of this fourth object we can consider. Remaining count, now it will be 1 minus 1, it is 0. So all 7 kgs we have stored among the given objects. Next thing is, object 2 will not be considered, so its value will be 0. Okay, x value, as I said, it will range from 0 to 1. Either it can be object can be considered or it can't be considered. Okay, our task is to maximize this profit, and with the constraint that only 7 kg has to be carried. Okay, 7 kg constraint is there. Task is to maximize this profit. So I will consider first object completely, third object completely, 1 by 2 of the fourth object. To verify this, how you can verify? We have got only 7 kgs. See, that you have to verify in the end. How you can verify? It's very simple. Xi into Wi, summation of Xi into Wi, you will get the total weight. Okay, summation of Xi into Wi. 1 into 1. Okay, 0, don't consider that. 0 into 3 is 0 itself. Plus 1 into 5. Okay, plus 1 into 5. Plus half into 2. Okay, plus half into 2. Xi into Wi. Totally, you should get weight 7. So we have done it properly. We have considered 3 objects. Altogether, weight should be 7 kg. Next thing is, you have to calculate the profit. What is the total profit you got by considering these objects? How to calculate profit? Profit is nothing but, how you are going to consider the profit? See, amount of the object into profit, Xi into Pi. Okay, Xi into Pi. Summation of Xi into Pi. So first object, entire object you have taken, its profit is 7. So 1 into 7. Second object is 0. Don't consider it. Third object is, entire object you have taken, its profit is 8. Okay, 1 plus 7 plus 1 plus 8. And fourth object you have taken half of the fourth object, not the entire fourth object. Half of the fourth object means 1 by 2 into 3. Okay, we are talking about the profit, not weight. Okay, half of the fourth object you have taken. So profit also you should get half itself. That is 3 divided by 2. So if you sum it up, this is the maximum profit we are going to get in this task. Okay, where the given constraint is 7. See, this is an optimization problem. My task is to maximize the profit here. With the constraint given is 7 kg. So this is the constraint, weight is the constraint. Task is to maximize the profits. So this is a greedy approach. See, you were greedy, like you were trying to maximize your profit within the given constraint. Is it clear? So this is a greedy approach. Quickly, I will explain the algorithm also. See, all of you mark your attendance meanwhile. Again, algorithm also same approach we will go to design the algorithm for this. This is the final table which we got. Okay, this is the final table which we have got. After doing all those calculations, This is the final table we got. Before we start with the algorithm, see, for us, this was very important. Profit over weight ratio was very important. So what we shall do is rearrange this table based on this profit over weight ratio. How to rearrange this? Just do that sorting here. We shall arrange this profit weight ratio in the decreasing order. Okay, arrange the object. All the objects will arrange based on this column. There it is in the decreasing order. Why in the decreasing order? Because we want the object with the highest profit ratio first and next level next. Okay, so and anyhow, this we are not considering at all. For that reason, we have arranged the same table in the decreasing order of the profit ratio, profit over weight ratio. Because see, it will make our job very simple. Anyhow, we are considering only the maximum of profit over weight. For that reason, arrange the same table in the decreasing order. Okay, so we have arranged it. Next, we shall apply this simple algorithm. Okay, m, you know, capacity. M is the capacity, n is the number of objects. Okay, input is nothing but P of 1 to n, that is profit, weight, okay, all these things. M is capacity, output is nothing but x values, that is the quantity, x1, x2, x3, the solution vector, which are the objects you are going to consider, that is the solution. Okay, first for loop for I is equal to 1 to n. What you are doing here is x1, x2, x3, x4, all those things you are initializing it to 0. Eventually, we will keep it to 0. Next, U is unutilized value, that is maximum capacity of the container. Its value was present in M. Same, I am assigning it to U. Okay, U is same value now. Okay, one more loop we will start for 1 to n. 1 to n, see, when here I'm just talking from algorithm point of view. You can say 0 to 1, n minus 1 also. Okay, if W of I greater than U, then break. Okay, see, we are in the first iteration, so we'll not go to this condition right now because U value is 7. Okay, U value is now 7. With respect to previous example only I'm talking. Okay, U value is 7 here, that is M value is 7 here. W of I is nothing but the weight of the first object. That is what we are checking. W of I is nothing but weight of first object. Is it greater than U? It's not true. Okay, it's not true. So will not this if condition will not be executed. Then x of I is equal to 1. You can see here x of I is x of 1 is 1. Okay, it has become 1. Next, U is equal to U minus W of I. See, same thing what we did here. Okay, U is equal to U minus W of I. W of I is weight of first object, that is 7 minus 1. Now new value of U is 6. Okay, new value of U is 6. New value of U is 6. Again, we will come to second element. We will check this condition. Now U value is 6. W of I is 5. Okay, U value is 6. So this is not greater than. Okay, this is not greater than U. Then what you are going to do? X of I is equal to 1. Is it clear? So this has become 1. This has also become 1. X of I is equal to 1. Next, again, U is equal to U minus W of I. U value was, before it was 6. 6 minus 5. Okay, new U value is only 1. Okay, new U value is only 1. Now, again, we will come here. If W of I greater than U, if W of I greater than U, yes, now this condition becomes true. This value is greater than U. W of I is greater than U. This value is true. We'll break out of this for loop. Okay, we'll not check the next object itself. We'll immediately come out. And then you will check one more condition, if I less than or equal to n. So this condition is true. Okay, I value is 3, n value is 4. So this is less than or equal to n. So this condition is true. Now this condition is true. You have come out of this for loop. This condition is true. Then xi is equal to u divided by weight of I. U is nothing but 1. Weight of I is nothing but 2. So xi is equal to 1 by 2. Is it clear? Very simple algorithm. Based on this table itself, this algorithm is written. Okay. Calculate the ratio, arrange the table in this order, and then weight value you consider, compare with the object, consider this as full object, this also consider full object. Once remaining capacity is less than the weight, what you must do, you should divide the remaining capacity by the given weight, that is 1 by 2. Okay, so we'll do it here. We will get the x1, x2, and x3. Okay, main algorithm is this much. When we write the program, we will write the remaining things. Is it clear? See, anyhow, same thing while doing the lab program. Again, I will explain with the same example. Okay, when we will trace along with the program, you will understand it completely. Okay, so this is knapsack problem for fractional values. That is objects. Here, objects can be considered in fraction. Is it clear? Objects can be considered in fraction in this case. So this is fractional knapsack problem. Is it clear? And today afternoon lab, I will only take lab. So log into Zoom only. To the same ID, you people log in at 2:30. Okay. Lab I will only take. I will put the message in the group. All of you log into the same Zoom ID at 2:30. Okay. Now consider this problem. I will explain it fast. You have like you are asked to select a smartphone and you are given only 15,000 rupees. Okay, 15,000 rupees is the constraint and you have to buy a smartphone. When you are asked to buy a smartphone, what you are going to do? See, a lot of features are there in the smartphone. You will be like confused with these features, like what should be the memory, camera, its resolution, processor, fingerprint scanner should be there or not, screen resolution, 4G technology or 5G, how many SIM slots will be there, is it Android or iOS, what should be the battery capacity. Okay, see, our problem is we have to buy a smartphone within 15,000 range, and we have these are the features, not just these features, few many other features are there. If you increase the battery size from 2000 mAh to 6000 mAh, again price will increase. If you go for higher end processor, A13 Bionic or A14 Bionic, if you go like that, again price will change. See, optimization technique, what you have to do is you have to consider the features which will match to your range. Here you cannot say half of memory I will buy. Okay, so this is called as 1-0 knapsack problem. Okay, you cannot do the fractional parts. You cannot divide the features. Okay, I will take half of the battery, or I will take half of the processor. Either you should get that processor or you should not. That is 0-1 knapsack problem. Okay. Again, while explaining 0-1, I just wanted to give you the difference between 0-1 knapsack problem and fractional knapsack problem. Is it clear? Okay, we shall meet in the afternoon at 2:30. Okay, log into the same